Look, you could be lean year round. I'm telling you, it can happen. Today I'm gonna teach you how to lose some fucking weight and keep it off, like once and for all. It was 2018. I was broke, I was depressed, I was in a toxic relationship, and I was in a terrible job situation. And you know what? I needed all four of those things to really become the catalyst in order for me to change my life. And this is how I lost 100 pounds in 2018. There were just like 3 or 4 critical components, or like 3 or 4 catalysts, I would say, that really helped propel me to that weight loss goal. And since then, it's been a great ride. My life, I could say, has taken a 180-degree turn, but of course, that's not without a couple of caveats. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into a couple of those things that helped me lose 100 pounds. And before I do, I just want to say, if you're new here, what's going on? My name is Serge Roy, and here we talk about the fuck do we talk about again? Here we talk about dating, relationships, fitness, and self-improvement, all from the male perspective for men. Ladies, you're more than welcome to stay, but men, this is your home, so do me a favor, go ahead and wipe your feet off at the door and hit that subscribe button for your boy. All right, so the first catalyst that definitely did help my journey was fucking heartbreak. And I know that sounds really, really cheesy, but honestly, it was one of the main motivators, because when I had gotten out of that relationship, I was so focused on improving my life. Or first of all, I was just focused on getting back to who I was. But then I started really getting granular and drilling down into who I wanted to be. And that was the catalyst that helped me start my journey. If you're listening to this and you're probably going through some sort of heartbreak, first of all, you'll get over it. I don't mean to sound very crass when I say that, but no, really, at some point you really will get over it. And honestly, while you're at it, why not just make time your friend? Learn a new skill, pick up whatever that you left when you were in the relationship, unless it's like, you know, I don't know, something bad like heavy drug use. Pick up some old hobbies, not that hobby. Get back to who you were and then start crafting out who you want to be in the long run. It's really important, especially as us guys, to first of all not lose ourselves in relationships. That's if you're even dating. Obviously, we all know the state of the dating market, but I'm not gonna act like some people aren't dating, right? That doesn't make any sense. If you are dating, it's really important for you to not fall into the trap of losing yourself as an individual and becoming the beast of burden, to say, for another individual. Coffee break. The second thing that helped me with my weight loss goal was cardio. And you know, it's not a matter of whether running or walking is better for you. Listen, movement is movement. The more movement you do, the more calories you burn. Right? I would know. I wrote a book on it. In fact, do me a favor, go ahead and buy the book. You can get it on Amazon. Title of the book, if you didn't see it, was How to Finally Lose Some Weight. You know you can't curse on YouTube, but How to Finally Lose Some Weight is available on Amazon. Feel free to click the link in the bio to get yourself a copy. If you do have a copy, because this book's already been sold, it's not a bestseller, but like I've sold copies. Can you do me a favor and like leave me a review? That would be great. But anyway, cardio, for the exception of like corrective exercise or any sort of physical therapy where you're repairing the muscle, is a critical component to just about any workout program, but specifically for weight loss, conditioning, or even for hypertrophy. If you ask me, I would include cardio in a hypertrophy training program simply because it'll help keep the weight down if that's something that you're looking for. So in conclusion, add cardio to your workout program. And it doesn't have to be for an intense duration. Like you don't have to run 2 fucking miles. You know, you could just do something nice and easy at your pace, whether that be walking uphill, whether that be a light jog, or it could be some sprinting if you're a more seasoned athlete. Incorporate some sort of cardio into your workout program, especially if you're trying to lose weight. Here's reason number 3, but before I do that, coffee. And also, the Fatara Fitness app is now available on the Google Play Store. The Fatara Fitness app is available on the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store as well. Real easy to find us. Just go on to the Google Play or Apple App Store, type in Fatara Fitness, F-I-T-A-R-A, Fitness. Hopefully you know how to spell that. Download that motherfucker and leave us a review. Try it free for 7 days. Feel free to browse our workouts, our recipes, and if you like it, keep it. Commit to a new workout program. If you don't like it, go ahead and cancel your account. No harm, no foul. All right, I'm gonna give you one of the most obvious critical components that really does go overlooked, and it's a shame because as a coach, I've been a coach for about 11 years. Every year, I kind of hear the same thing. when I talk about what's your nutrition like, I usually hear it's garbage. And you know, that's okay. Some of us don't have the best nutritional routines. I know I didn't have the best nutritional routine growing up, right? Or even when I had moved out. You know, when I moved out, I was eating fucking deli sandwiches, which is definitely not good for you in the long run. Just look at the sodium content. There is a nutritional habit out there that works for you so long as you are consistent with it. And just to address one thing, which is very myopic and very minute in theory, but to address the rumor or the school of thought that you can't have abs, or like you can't be strong and have abs, or whatever the case may be, is bullshit. It's bullshit. You can have abs. In fact, you can have abs year round without sacrificing strength or without sacrificing, you know, speed or whatever the case may be. Look, you could be lean year round. I'm telling you, it can happen. So now you're probably wondering, Serge, if that is the case, then what is this third critical component? And I'm glad you asked. The third critical component is your nutrition. Just to drive this point home, your nutrition is one of the, if not the biggest pillar to your fitness, bar none. Yes, you can go to the gym all day, you could work out all day, but if you're not eating the appropriate amount of calories and macronutrients for your body, and you don't have to get super granular or you're like writing the shit down all the time or you're doing calculations on the computer. You could do that if you want to. More power to you if you do. But I haven't checked the macro in like 4 or 5 years. I can't remember the last time I honestly inputted a piece of nutritional info if it wasn't for my application during like the testing phase, or you know, even when I'm out, sometimes I'll use the application sporadically and things of that nature. But beyond that, I don't write down my macros. I keep an eye on my macros. I have an idea as to what I'm putting into my body, but I'm not writing this shit down every day. Come on, man. Who's got time for all that? Again, more power to you if you do, but I just don't. With all that being said, the number one thing that helped me with my nutrition was actually going on an OMAD diet. Well, I would say a little bit more than that. First of all, would be cutting out the sugars completely. So that means no soda, no juices, you know, no excess sports drinks, no energy drinks, none of that bullshit. Cut all that shit out of your diet. And there's more things to cut out of your nutritional habits, but that is definitely one of the main components as to why you're not losing the weight that you want to lose. Next, I cut out the unnecessary carbohydrates, especially, why did I say it like that? Especially the processed carbohydrates, right? So like your white breads, your pastries, some of your pastas, things of that nature. Like I cut all that out of my diet. So until you've done those things where like you're getting rid of the excess and you're really checking your diet, making sure that it's, you know, geared towards the goals that you have in the gym, then you're not going to get there. But beyond all that, going on an OMAD diet really helped me. I try to keep the one meal around like 1,500 to 1,800 calories. And I've been doing this for about almost 4 years now. Ever since I moved out, it was actually by necessity as to how this happened, because when I first moved out, I had no money. So I was really just living off of deli meals. So I would get like a sandwich, get like a side. And after doing some research, I calculated what those macros looked like. And then from there, you know, I just had an idea as to what I was putting into my body. Now, is incorporating deli food into your meal plan a good idea? I would say no, but necessity is going to force things, right? So unless you absolutely have to, I would say don't, but leave that as a last resort. There's been plenty of times where running to the deli to get like a last minute meal was definitely a better option than either not eating at all, especially if I trained that day, or eating something from like McDonald's or Burger King. So the one tip that I had left out this whole entire time, and I think if you paid attention to the very first tip that I spoke on, which helped me lose my weight, then maybe you have an idea as to what this tip is. But the last tip, if you couldn't guess, was mindset. At the end of the day, no matter what happens in your life, you have 2 ways you can react to things. And I don't mean this as in just an ignorant, toxic happiness. I mean this as in, okay, I can embrace this challenge and now move forward with my life, right? And I know within this space, a lot of guys don't like talking about the growth aspect of relationships. We tend to just circulate these conversations around the negatives and try to point blame to, you know, whatever party was involved in our unhappiness, right? But when I had gotten out of that relationship, I was definitely unhappy. But I thought to myself, why should I continue to spend the rest of my time in misery post said relationship in which I was already miserable to begin with. So changing my mindset and my outlook on things, like life can be better. Things can improve for you. There are women out there that will date you. And honestly, once you get that perspective in mind, like you can improve so long as you're willing to put in the work, then life will actually change for you. And I don't mean this as an overly esoteric woo-woo, but if you put your mind to it and you start to think of what you want your life to look like and how you want to cultivate these new changes, you will begin to follow suit via the actions that you take and the choices that you make throughout that interim. You guys let me know, is there anything I could have added onto my journey to 100 pounds down? Write it in the comments below. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you for watching. Feel free to watch one of these videos. If not, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.